I was in Boy Scouts from Cub Scouts on. My mother and Bill Binger's mother were Cub Scout leaders, mothers, den mothers, I guess they call them. And then when I got into the Boy Scouts after Cub Scouts, then I went to Troop 82, which was in a Lutheran church that was not the one that me and my folks attended, but just down the block, and we just did a lot of fun things in Boy Scouts. We went to camp, and we went over to the Wisconsin Dells. I remember one time in a bus with one of the clinic doctors, and he was into fossils, and we dug in the rocks over there and found these little amoeba fossil things, and camped overnight. We'd go out on little hikes and bring our little food along in our backpack, and it's one particular trip we went out by Mayowood. Mayowood had a camp, that wasn't camp, it was a cabin that the Mayos had down the river from where the big house was, back in the woods, and they let the Boy Scouts use it for an overnight place. So we'd go there for camp, and we were cooking our little hamburgers and stuff in a foil thing. But one friend brought a steak. He was gonna, one up the rest of us. He brings his steak along, so he's gonna fry it in a fry pan. Our little camp kit, that we had. So to make a grill, he put a piece of limestone rock, a flat piece, and built up things and built his fire underneath, and he's cooking away on this fire. Well, he got the limestone out of the river, and the limestone was saturated with water, so it got so hot the thing blew up. Kaboom! And here's this buddy's steak still in the pan floating down the river. And all the rest of us really enjoyed our hamburgers. Well, there was called Camp Kaler, which was just outside of Rochester, in southeast Rochester. It was about 3-4 miles, and we'd always walk there. The troop master would march us out with our backpacks out to Camp Kaler. And we'd stay there a week or something, in summer. And then when we were in Explorer Scouts, or more senior, then there was a camp on Lake Pepin, which is on the Mississippi River down by Lake City. And that was a really neat camp, and they had all the different stations for archery and all the different things. And we'd canoe across the river to a pasture on the other side and do an overnight. That was a big thing, to go across the river. Well, this particular morning, we were still in our tents, in our little pup tents, sleeping in our sleeping bags, and we hear this thundering noise coming down the way, and horses come running down. And they ran right over our tents. Nobody got hurt, but our tents got hurt. Trampled them.